Evening, everyone, from here in Wells, BC. I am Joey Only Caribou Weather Dude. Please hit like, share, and subscribe, and check out Joey Only Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel if you are seeing this somewhere else. Okay, so we had a possible tornado on the ground outside Prince George, BC today, and a definite funnel cloud spotted in Abbotsford as well today. So let's have a look at that. This is bad news.
This is bad news.
My God.
Falling out right now.
Anything could happen.
Wow. I'll watch the video later.
Feel the heat.
I need more knives, I need water.
Ain't dry mopping this. That is a funnel cloud. Like it was on the ground. Never thought I'd see one of those here.
All right, this is pretty cool. Let's check out radar today. Have a look what's going on. So some really strong storms are going on in Alberta. Look at how this low is just swirling around. Down there in Longview, they had all kinds of hail dropped on them, as well as some very strong storms, as you see, have jetted off into Saskatchewan, down in southern Alberta, southern Saskatchewan, Manitoba as well. So that's been going on. Severe weather in the prairies. And this may be a little unexpected in BC. We knew there'd be some storms in the region today, and this is kind of what we saw. Sort of a, nothing too crazy. It felt like not a whole lot of thunder and lightning. Just once in a while here and there. But look at how all this moisture is just pounding in from the north. It's amazing how much rain they took up in the Dawson Creek area. We do have possibilities of snow, like in, I don't know, high elevations through Chilcotin tonight and then down through the highway passes. So we definitely have the cold air to work with. And just look at the motion on how some of this is coming in. This kind of gives you the clue as to why there might have been the possibility of like maybe a quasi-linear convective tornado spin up, a QLCS tornado spin up in this region right here outside Prince George. And we'll just watch how you have almost everything at some point takes kind of a shift in the direction it's going, and you see sort of a difference in behavior. Suddenly things really start pushing south, right? And so you see there's definitely some different competing wind fields that are going on that might help aid in a quick spin up tornado or something like that. So it's one of these guys in here. So here you are, more or less in this sort of region of BC. You sort of go west on or you go east on number 16 highway. And then you see some of these storms, and you see how they take some change in direction. There's some weird warbles in their behavior. So that's a clue for sure. And as you watch the satellite replay, you really see these competing motions, Things are coming from different directions. It's like, this is pushing straight. There's like a field pushing things straight south. However, there's something else pushing them across it at the same time. So this is giving us some of those different layers of rotation that may be possible, right? Those things at this layer going, things at that layer going this way, that help spin up something into a little bit of rotation. And you can see some of those storms in Alberta just absolutely insane. The hail that was left in Longview, like I say, like it was considerable, like looked like a snowstorm had just happened. Look how this weird jets kind of fly off. We'll just back that up and watch that again. And watch this section too, all north of Prince George, and how it's just shearing off. Strange behavior, as you can see on satellite. Things all moving in different directions. You got some things, are pushing north, meanwhile up the Rockies into it. Meanwhile, down in Vancouver, we had this going on. We had an atypical flow take over at some point, right? So that probably helped create this funnel cloud. You see these thunderstorms are firing up, around 5 o'clock. Some of them looking pretty good now. All of a sudden, look at this wind is coming. Things are suddenly coming right from the east, right? So in a very strange direction. So again, you have competing air masses. So anywhere you have a thunderstorm, you have the possibility that something like this can happen, right? The tornadoes can happen wherever thunderstorms can happen. That's the nature of them. That's what they do. Of course, we're not seeing things that are, Kansas-like, but I thought it was really interesting that the guy from the Prince George video there from the organic farm mentions in his thing that he hasn't seen something like this since he lived in Kansas. So this is a guy who confidently says he's seen tornadoes before, right? So that gives a little bit of believability to, even though we don't see in the video this thing was on the ground. So we're hoping, I've got people who know them. We're hoping that they'll go and find some damage tomorrow, some broken branches or things like that, so that we can at least show that this thing actually happened. You know, that shows to me that chasing storms in BC is worth it, because you never know what you're going to find, and that sometimes we do see storms that produce funnels and possible tornadoes, and I think we'll see more of that as climate change happens. But also, we have more people who know more about weather and are out there watching, the more chance that we have of showing that, learning more about the actual nature of weather in BC and what goes on out there in places that people aren't always looking. So that area up outside Prince George, up by Giscombe, there is a very not very highly populated area, right? So these are places where quite often if something like that was happening, someone might not be looking, and they might not be from Kansas in the past and have a good idea what they're looking at. So anyways, that's a look at what happened on Saturday, the 15th of June, 2024 in British Columbia. Hope you enjoyed a little bit of the coverage here. Please hit like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. We'll see you around again. Bye for now.